Welcome. Thank you for joining us again on another Saturday afternoon.
Lovely Saturday.
Quite a windy Saturday, actually. Looking out there, the trees are not looking too happy today.
So we're gonna fly.
You're a funny boy, you are.
Tiny whoops outside.
He's a funny boy.
No, I'm gonna fly.
No tiny whoops today. Definitely no flying today.
What do you mean no tiny whoops? There's gonna be a tiny whoop.
Well, not outside.
He's building a tiny
You're
whoop.
going to be
fly.
brave to put a tiny whoop outside today. Yeah, we could do
Hi,
a one-way
Paul.
whoop.
You,
that would be good.
Another
Do a one-way whoop.
Like
thank you very much for joining us once again. I am Jem, the Drone Junkie. This is Carlos, CKND, and there's Tristan on the end.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I think he's got a name. What's your flight name? TJB?
TJR.
TJR.
TJR Friday.
I don't race. I've raced once in the last 2 years.
Wasn't there was an old Ski Electrics thing? Something racing, TJ something racing.
It's TVR.
No. And you'd press the button and it would change lanes.
Oh, really?
Total Control TCR.
Oh, okay.
Close
TCR,
enough.
that
I
was
was
it.
named after that.
Total Control Racing, that was the one. Yeah.
I was conceived actually because of that.
Isn't it
Sorry, hang on a
TJR?
minute. You was conceived because of Ski Electrics Racing. What?
Yeah, I'm joking.
What's going on? Thank you very much for joining us once again.
Yeah, I'm just soldering here. Don't mind
just so
me.
you can see what Carlos is up to. Look, that's what he's doing.
He's building a
He's
whip.
solderizing. with the
Solderizing.
solderizing.
That sounds a little bit
He is not solderizing.
Yeah.
With his TS100. We love a TS100.
With your TS.
With my
With your brand
new
spanking new.
TS100 that does not come with the necessary lead, which is such a stupid way of selling a product. Like, here, I have this,
Very important lead.
but don't have the lead. Like, oh,
well, they expect you to already have one.
But for what? It's a special size. It would only fit them.
I have one that
stupid.
plugs straight into the wall, to be fair, that happened to fit it perfectly. I don't know what it's from.
It's utterly nuts. Utterly
it's
nuts.
Like some 10 years old adapter I had lying around that happened
Carlos
to
tells me that apparently routers can fit. So
Yeah,
I root around looking for a router
12
plug
volts. Yeah.
to try and make it work, whilst the one that's supposed to have come with it is on its way. Anyway, we're here now. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, we have a
What
lot
shall we talk about?
Drew,
Where
no,
shall
you're not
we
going to have
start?
another one-way whoop. There won't be another one-way whoop.
There won't be another one-way whoop.
Who says that?
Did you guys see the Tom's one-way? We posted it. Carlos just posted it.
Back from my trails in Urban.
That was 2 years ago. Was that 2 years?
2 years ago. It's a funny story because
that was hilarious. I absolutely love it.
That video has been made,
waiting.
Has been made long time ago, and Tom was like, "No, don't release it.
You're not allowed.
Don't release it.
He wouldn't sign the waiver.
Don't release it.
He wouldn't let us release it.
He thought like the police would come and hunt him down or something.
Something like that. But
so we've been waiting.
That was a good little story, though.
We've been waiting until
until the heat died off. The bank changed management or something. What? I don't know why, but he's allowed.
It's a funny story.
He allowed us to release it, and
it's a good video.
It was a good video.
Yeah.
The police arriving just on time
for voting
was perfect.
It was like I was joking, obviously.
It was so perfect.
It was like, oh, squad cars are gonna come and.
But yeah.
And
hi,
Adam, hi Joe.
But see, that is the perils though, because you can't quite see it in the video, but where you're looking across the street to Tom, way off to the left was the actual cathedral that Tom was flying over.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And somehow he managed
wind just carried him
to end up way over that way.
Yeah.
And land on the top of the bank.
It can happen very easily with
because we were to be fair, we were going like down that hallway, right?
I don't know if Tom knew where he was going. You may have been going in a certain direction.
I mean, this video could have been very different because just moments before, Tom, I remember perfectly, Tom was diving down the cathedral. I was diving down the cathedral. He was like, "Oh, where am I? Where am
partially crashing. Is that what it was?
Partially crashing.
It's like the
falling with style.
Uncontrolled diving.
Falling with style. That was on a film, wasn't it? I saw
Buzz
that the other day. Yeah. No, it wasn't Buzz Lightyear. It was another one. Space film.
That's not flying. That's falling with style.
Yeah. Space film.
Oh,
Someone will tell us in the notes. There was some space film where it was.
Why is this so high?
Falling with style. Because I was trying to show what was doing up there.
Oh, sorry.
So can you guys see this bit of greenery? We might as well talk about it whilst Carlos has introduced it to us. Can you see this? This is very, very cheap, easy, simple.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be really interesting to fly through.
Yes.
And maybe if we've got time in the stream in a little while,
maybe
Carlos will have a go. Yeah.
I don't know yet.
He'll have a go. There's a lot on the plate.
There's a lot of things for today.
There is a lot of things to do. Yeah. So, shall we talk about the first thing on the list?
The first thing on the list.
Yes.
Do you want to start with that one?
I do. I want to think. I want to start with this thing here on the list. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to take you bloody ages.
Ages.
Yep.
It might take ages. Yeah.
It's going to take you ages.
Wow, it's really.
We might want to shut the
door. That is really windy, isn't it?
Blowing it.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but it is really blowing a gale out there. I think that's going to take you ages to actually do.
Yes.
To achieve.
Yes.
So if you're going to do it,
yeah,
maybe you should start now.
I should start now, right?
Like early on.
I need the thing.
Rather than later. Should we shut that door?
I think it might help. It's quite loud.
I don't know.
On the stream, can you hear how loud the wind is?
If you can hear the wind too much, let us know.
We'll
and we'll shut that door. But for now, so
it's a bit scary.
For now, what's actually going on is let's transition over to the Zoom cam.
What? Oh, that one.
Oh, hang on. We're in Zoom cam.
Okay.
Yeah, don't knock Dino over. Hang on, don't mess with Dino. Leave him alone.
Move your toys.
Don't mess with Dino.
Move your toys around.
Leave my little man alone. So Carlos has decided that he wants a V-tail.
No, detail.
V or T?
Huh?
V.
V. No, I might do a regular one.
An outside V.
I might do a regular one for now.
What do you mean? Just a straight one?
Just a straight one. Yeah.
Nah, do the V, man.
No, I might do it. So let's explain it first. What
Right,
we
so explain
have
it first. Carlos said that he wants to do a V-tail, and we're like,
Not a V-tail.
there's no such thing. That you can make got that kind of a frame. And he said, yeah, but I have a 3D printer. And I said, every bugger's got a 3D printer, Carlos.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I have a special 3D printer.
A special
So
3D
this
printer.
is a 3D printing pen.
Yes.
I don't know if any of you've seen it. It's not like it's new or anything. You know,
No.
we're not breaking the mold here.
I don't think a lot of people use it though.
Yeah,
Because
I used it the other day. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, I know. But I think that when people hear or see people talk about this, they think about
pony.
little bicycles or a pony or whatever.
Yeah.
In 2D.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see like how could this be useful for anything else?
For 3D.
For me. For 3D printing.
So Carlos has decided to print his own frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make.
It's hard to tell if it's the wind from the stream or outside. I'm gonna close the.
They're saying it's fine.
I'll close it anyway.
Hey, Drone Dips.
I'll close it anyway because
It might chuck it down in a second.
Well, I'm not very good with this at all either, but I think it's possible to do a couple of stuff. So today, what I wanted to do is use this 3D pen.
Use that pen
to make whoop. So we have the components here.
That sounds totally fine.
What am I trying to do here?
What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, what am I trying
to
do?
do?
Do you want to transition first?
Oh yeah. Let's transition. We get the close up.
So yeah, the close up.
The sincerity from Carlos now. Yeah.
So
yes,
this is not about. How am I going to explain this?
I don't know because I really just don't know.
This is anyone getting breaks in the stream?
Oh yeah, well, I'm getting a little bit. That just stopped.
Are you?
It stopped and started. Look.
Well, I don't know.
But that was before I got up.
Anyways, what I want to do is spark maybe something on people.
Yeah.
So they can see that there's other ways.
Potentials. That's all we do. That's what this show. That's what this whole endeavour is about.
The therapy.
The therapy.
The therapy helps you to innovate.
To be able to express yourself.
Yes.
To be able to just release all of those negativities and say, actually, those guys managed to do it and they're bloody shit at everything. I can do it as well.
All right,
exactly.
Calm down. Don't lump me in with that.
I'm lumping myself in,
No,
but
you
we
just
do
lump
it.
me in with you
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
But
Drag me down.
So, right,
Anyways.
everyone but Tristan's a bit shit,
Thank you.
yeah, and we still manage to do this kind of stuff. That's all it is. It's just inspiring and incentivizing.
Yeah.
Incentivize. But sometimes it's hard. Like, what tools can you use to do this?
To do which thing?
Exactly. Like, you don't know very much. Like, this is not a 3D printer.
Or something that can make a frame, but
or something that can make a frame.
We're gonna find that out.
But
in a minute.
I think it can make a frame.
All right then.
I need a paper, by the way.
All right then. You need a piece of paper.
Yeah, I need a piece of paper.
All right, have this. Do you want a big bit of paper or a little bit?
I need to write on it.
Oh, you need to write on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
So this is not a 3D printer.
It's not a 3D printer.
But it spews out hot plastic.
It's an extruder.
That you can this is
handheld extrusion.
I'm very shit at drawing. I'm
like
not patient at all, but I'm pretty
Could
sure.
you trace though? Because if you had
you can trace.
If you had it printed out,
Yes.
you can trace it quite
That's
well.
what we're gonna do.
Do you know what I mean? If it was printed already.
So I'm very shit at drawing, but maybe you are good at thinking of a frame.
No, I'm not good. I'm really bad at drawing. I'm terrible. You want to get Tom in?
Tom's not here.
Tom, where are you? We need Tom. Yet again.
Anyways,
Tom, and he goes away all the time.
We're gonna extrude some plastic and try to create some sort of a frame-like thing. Yeah.
Okay.
That hopefully will resemble something like a whoop, or we can do anything else really. Like we could try. I heard someone say like a blackout, and that reminded me of the blackout quad. You know, the first one. Why can't we try and do like a H frame whoop, for example? Huh?
H frame whoop.
Huh?
A H whoop.
H frame whoop. Yeah. We could do anything really.
Drew, I've seen someone make a pair of Tamiya mini 4-wheel drive cars with a 3D pen.
See?
Wow.
Apparently there's little breaks in the stream as well.
Yeah.
That was earlier on. That is quite impressive. Look, I'm very impressed with it. Yeah.
And I'm very crap at this, but I'm gonna attempt to create something and to make it fly.
That's cool.
And if it flies, I would call it a success.
Yeah.
With FPV as well.
So what's
obviously.
your plan then? So you've got a piece of paper.
I have a piece of paper.
You got a piece of paper.
And I was thinking maybe draw something on it.
Draw what an idea of a shape of a frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any idea? Does anyone in the stream have any idea? I think we're like lagging well behind.
It does seem like we are a bit laggy.
So we'll wait for a bit, and then if someone has an idea.
How about this one? Just as an off the top, why don't you just trace out the Sensi?
No, that's too big. I want something smaller.
Yeah, but wait. And then do brushed motor cups. So you'd have to do the cups for the motors.
Yeah.
So it would be very reminiscent of the old Notorious crooks.
Mm.
It'd be very much like a crook.
I want to do something different.
Because we know that can hold. Okay.
Rich gives you a 50-50 chance, Carlos.
Of doing something that'll fly. Yeah?
I think that's quite optimistic, Rich.
I think the whole thing's optimistic.
Please.
But, yeah. I do like the idea of it. Could you not use that to shape down? Does that not use
No, I can use my hands to shape it down.
Okay. Right. What do you need?
I think.
Do you need something else?
Yes. I need a pen.
Any kind of pen? Just
Any kind of pen.
Just a pen like that?
And I need our viewers at home.
Viewers at home to decide on what he should draw.
What we should draw, yeah.
Yeah.
While I start loading up the filament,
So-
because it's gonna take a little bit.
Ryan, I think that's what Carlos's thing is. He wants to make the whole frame.
Yeah. Right now we're gonna.
Hang on, are you trying to do the ducts as well?
No ducts.
No ducts.
There's not gonna be any ducts.
Open propeller.
Open propeller, yeah. The simplest
But
thing.
just so you want.
We're just.
Hang on, what you're after is something to hold a flight controller,
Yeah.
a lipo,
Correct.
and 4 motors.
Yes. So not that hard.
Line of sight, or are you going to put a camera on?
Camera on top. So afterwards, so you can see here we have a flight controller already with a little cable mounted.
Yeah.
For the worst type of cameras, which are these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna design as well something that they can fit on this.
Or don't misunderstand me now.
Okay.
Right now, all I can see is you using it a bit like a hot glue gun.
Yes.
Yeah, and just squidging the heck out of it.
Correct.
Until it holds.
Yes, correct. But a hot glue, you can't take it out afterwards. It stays there forever, right?
Depends on how much you squidge onto that. Will you be able to take it out or not?
You won't be able to take out.
Grab onto the chips.
Exactly, grab onto the chips.
So it's just like a hot glue gun.
But this will come out 100%.
100%.
It only glues to other sort of same material. So it will glue to PLA, but it won't glue to anything else.
It won't grab and encase the chips.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So he's off.
So
Yeah.
you could even make, like for example, you're flying with your whoop and you have one of these crappy cameras and you break off your mount.
Yes.
Right?
You can just redo it.
You could just redo it.
Yes. Okay. Gel, I don't know what you mean, but I can see you.
What?
He says that he's not in the chat box of the stream.
I don't know why.
I'm not sure, but I can see your comments in the Facebook.
Haven't you had that before?
I don't know.
I don't know why. Sometimes it's. Oh yeah, Gel. That did happen before.
I think Gel's like been blocked by Facebook from being publicly seen.
Is he foreign?
No.
Is it because he's foreign?
It's foreign.
His ideas are too radical.
I think it's because he's Gel. It's because you're foreign.
No, maybe he's watching it from like a weird medium.
Or he's got a
VPN
or something.
Like a VPN or
VPN.
something, and then it doesn't
thanks for joining
capture
us.
it there.
Have you finished building your little micro? Let us know.
Right. So the thing is green now. That means we can load the material.
Look. Rich Wallace has just given you a great tip.
What's that?
Use a metal straight edge to get a good straight edge.
No.
And then build up, because then it won't stick to the metal.
Why not poke the motor holes in some cardboard?
Huh?
And then cover it with the pen?
No.
Oh, so for positioning, that's an
Position.
interesting idea. You position the motors.
That's good.
Then on a bit of cardboard.
Yes.
Then go around it.
Yes.
Then you get rid of the cardboard, and the thing is the right size and shape, isn't it?
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
just
Well,
trying
we've
to
been
hold
without
a
you guys in the
motor.
chat.
No. Wait, I'm not gonna hold.
And then
the motor.
go to the other one.
No. First, I'm gonna build the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that holds the flight controller.
The thing that holds the flight controller, but already considering where the motors are gonna hold.
Okay.
But the base for the motor. Yeah.
All right.
Then I'm gonna put a little hole so the motor wire can. So I'm gonna stop.
I'll tell you what to do. Cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
Get one of those cockroachy frames.
No.
And just draw the circles on your bit of paper.
I don't need that.
Then you've got the sizing.
I want to do like the worst build. I'm sure
I'm sure it's not going to be the best build, Carlos.
Yeah,
so,
well, it's the worst.
Get on with it.
But
then.
if the worst flies,
Yeah.
then other
Yeah.
people have more chance than me, right?
For sure.
There we go.
That is the whole point. Like, if this actually does get in the air and fly,
Yes. Then it's doable. That's what. That's all I want to prove.
for sure.
So we need the viewers to say what color they would like. Let's get the people involved. Do I have more colors?
Okay. What colours, guys? What colours have we got?
like
Blue,
green,
red, green, black,
and white.
and white.
Yes, and there's more colors, but no,
That'll do.
that'll do.
That'll do.
Oh, orange.
Orange. Oh, well, you know what colour I'm going to say then, don't you?
All right.
So
let's give a moment to people say like what color they want, and if no one says no color, I'll just go for orange.
What I would like to do is I'd like to move away from that subject and just allow you to do that once they've decided.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about a couple of other subjects and then keep flitting back to you if that's all right.
Yes.
So that you can just tuck yourself forward, get into it, you know, start doing your little what do you call it and blah.
Yeah.
And then blah. All right. So you mentioned something.
Rich is now giving Carlos a 20/80 chance.
20/80 chance. Is that worse or better?
That's worse.
20. So 20, you will do it. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you.
Apparently, Art only just got up. Lazy git.
Well, he works late, bro, so you know, give him a break.
No,
you mentioned something earlier on that I think is really quite interesting. I appreciate,
but you don't understand anything.
No. It's not that I don't understand it.
Yes.
I appreciate that we're talking 5 years ahead,
or
maybe
more.
Yeah, like this is not a now technology conversation.
No, it's not a now technology conversation.
What my little thing is about this conversation is if it is like a dream state, I'm in control while I'm dreaming. What's the point in the drone? So
that's true.
Yeah. Did you understand my question?
Yes.
Let's tell you what we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
So Carlos is talking about something. I have to read it to get it right.
Neon green.
Cybernetic FPV. So like what? So what he's talking about is they're gonna go.
So the other day, before you say, Tristan said something like, "Oh, I wish that we just instead of because I guess you were like fed up with your goggles or like putting on your goggles."
In the field I work in, we do a lot of research into VR and AR and that kind of thing.
And Tristan just went like, "Oh, I wish we had like a chip. When are they gonna make those? Like a chip that you put inside and you can see like all the goggles and shit, right?"
Yes.
It's a curious thing that you just said. Like, exactly, why would you need the drone?
Why would you need the drone?
Maybe you would need a drone.
Do you understand what I mean?
But
that's
maybe
the bit that I didn't get.
But maybe you do need a drone because the physical environment is not present unless you can map it out, all of it, right? How would you know the physical environment from a place that you haven't been before?
Well, kind of my point being,
it'd have to be a game.
Kind of where my mind was going was that we are really close to like photoreal games. We're very close to that.
Yeah.
So if it's going to go straight into my brain, the response. If it's going to go, I'll
go with Drew's. Yeah. Drew's choice of color.
Drew has
pink green with pink polka dot.
Yeah, that's fine. So if this so what cybernetic FPV is behind the retina.
Well,
at the other end of the optical nerve is where he's talking about connecting into your brain, not a VU screen out here. Plugging in
directly to your brain so you can see FPV. I guess you would need the drone if you want to be flying
in the real place.
In a real place,
only
right?
if you wanted to fly in a real place. But if you just wanted flying,
but
someone would need the drone. But just as much, why do I need to get plugged in when my eyes are doing that job?
Yes. Now there's a very interesting.
There's a lot of different angles.
There's a very interesting thing that I was thinking about the other day when I was taking a shower. Okay. And this wait. There's a reason why.
This always comes up.
Did you know? This always comes up. Did you know that your brain processes a lot better and a lot faster when you're taking a shower?
Why would that be?
I don't know why. Okay. There's been I've seen a TED talk.
What's happened there?
I don't know. I think we got disconnected. I don't know.
Press play. Still got us.
I think we've been cut off.
No, just refresh that page.
For some reason, it looks like we've been cut off. I don't know if it's my computer or.
I've still got the stream.
Yeah.
Tristan thinks he's still got the stream.
Yes.
I
We're still
don't
good.
think, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stream on my laptop.
Tristan's got the stream on his lap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we do have there is definitely a delay between the messages
Yes.
and
Listen.
the coming up on the screen.
So.
Yeah.
I seen a TED Talk
TED Talk.
that I don't know if it's the warmth or whatever it is. Showers make you
Process faster.
What if you're in a cold shower then?
I don't know. Hot showers.
Has to be a
And
hot
this
shower.
is real. Like I've experienced this myself.
Okay.
Like whenever I'm taking shower and I'm like struggling with a problem, the solution comes much faster. And I even like expands into several things.
That's not because you've finally, like, funny enough, I was talking to a guy this morning about when you go to fly, the more like trying to sing or trying to drive or trying to do anything. Yeah. When you try to do it,
you can go actively
you're
thinking.
Overcomplicating
I know,
it.
but you can go actively thinking about the problem. You take a shower, you relax,
because
and
you
your brain
stop. You stop thinking about the problem and you let the subconscious resolve the problem.
There's a
like your conscious can't answer it, but your subconscious does have the answer. However, your conscious is in the way.
Maybe
stopping it, and when you get in the shower, that relaxation moment shuts the conscious off it not long enough.
I don't know.
For the subconscious to chat.
Maybe.
That's kind of what I was trying to say to the guy this morning about if you're flying, trying to think, oh, am I going to push left? You're already wasting time.
Yeah.
You've got to fly without thinking about what sticks are going where.
Yes. Maybe. I don't know why, but listen.
But okay.
So this happens. So if you're struggling with an idea, take a shower. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, is that it? Was that the point?
No.
Okay.
So, and in the shower, I started realizing something.
Yes.
And you at home, your viewers.
Pit was at home.
They don't know this yet.
They don't. I don't even know it. He brings it out.
Viewers and you as well, and you can try this.
Let's try.
And we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Visualization.
I love a bit of that. Yeah.
So, if you close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
And you can try this as well. You can visualize. Can you make a picture in your head, even like this screen, right?
Yeah.
So you can close your eyes and see the whole room as it is, right?
Yes.
You can do that.
Yes.
And see the screen as it's really there.
Yes.
Right? Why can't you do that when your eyes are open?
I can do.
Can you create a hand in front of you?
Not in front of me. I know it's up there.
No,
but
see
it up there.
Yes, no, but
like
not up there.
My eyes are open, but I can see it in my head.
But if you close your eyes, you can actually.
I can't project it into my space.
I know, but if you close your eyes, you can, right?
No, it's just a black space. It's not this space, and then I can create this space in my head.
You can create this space,
including the thing you want to add.
Exactly.
But I can't.
Like it's a real thing, right?
Sure.
You can actually see it.
Yeah.
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 Why can't you do that with your eyes open?
Because I'm not projecting that thing. My head, I'm creating all of it.
I know, but you should be able to, because you can do the exact same thing with your eyes closed. So why can't you project that image into it's your eyes that are seeing that, except with a black canvas because your eyes are closed.
But it's not your eyes.
It's not your eyes
it's something that's projecting into your mind, but you can actually see it, right?
But that's different. It's different between seeing it with your eyes and seeing it in your mind.
I can close my eyes.
Yeah,
I can visualize
I'm
something that it looks like I can see like a hand moving in front of me.
Ryan Moore has made a comment. I'm tending to agree with that. You're trying to project imagination into reality.
Yes.
And I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. Let alone only you would ever see it.
That's true.
Yeah, when your eyes are shut, you don't.
But this is if you're plugging in something into your brain.
Yes.
In order to see something.
Yes.
Maybe it doesn't have to do with your eyes then.
That's what I'm trying to say about on the back end of your.
I know, but maybe when you
optical
maybe
nerve.
you can only see in FPV when you close your eyes then, because there's something that happens here. Like when you close your eyes, you can still see things. Like I can see my hand in front of me.
Some can't though. But wait, because Tristan and I was talking about this.
Yes.
Is some people can't visualize.
Yes.
Like I have a very strong visual acuity.
Yeah, me too.
I can create stuff in my head, rotate it, take it apart, put it back together, see it turn, blah. Some people can't do that much.
Mm-hmm.
They can see a single.
Still.
Sorry, guys, I don't know why.
It's the weather.
Could be, could be, but they can't do that part of it. So I don't know if that is it a skill maybe, or is it a talent? I don't really know.
I don't know.
If you could do that. But
everyone can do it. I just imagine that everyone could do it.
What I thought when you was talking about cybernetic FPV,
Yeah.
what I thought it would be
Mm-hmm.
taking the mind that wants to go to the right and translating that to movements in the drone.
Oh, flight. Okay, so you're commanding the drone, not only seeing it,
thinking it.
thinking. But that already exists.
Yeah, to an iffy degree.
To an iffy degree, but already
To
exists.
an iffy degree, yeah.
That's jelly thing there.
So, if you could,
depends on
if you could stick it in, yeah,
stick it in.
if you could stick it into my brain, and my brain could control it,
Yeah.
because I've been flying for ages, but I'm still not the best eye-hand coordinated.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be a blocker for me.
Mm-hmm.
That eye-hand coordination that you guys have got much faster than I have. So no matter how much flying time I do, I'm not sure how much better that's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been great at eye-hand. I've not been a computer game player. I'd rather play puzzle games than running games, or do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a car game. I can deal with car games.
Yeah.
Love them. So, what part of what I am seeing and doing has to be real.
Yes.
Has to be a physical object out in the real world.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I'm.
Being made in the chat.
Yeah. Is it FPV or is it just bloody good VR?
I see what's So, do you want to go up a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So we've had some comments. Sorry, we're coming back to you now.
No, lower.
A little bit lower.
All right, maybe you can see it there easily.
Visual cortex is being used for sight and visual imagination.
You can't augment your imagination to reality, but you can close your eyes and create it in its own reality.
Definitely.
Because the visual cortex is being used for sight and visual imagination.
Yeah, well, it's trying to do both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's trying to do both. Not really sure.
Oh, that's interesting. Some people, he thinks that some people might do open eye visualization.
Really?
You have to. I would imagine you have to concentrate a lot, and you would feel something like taking drugs.
Yes. No. Look.
So when you take drugs,
I can do that.
And
what
you start
he says
saying,
he says there about I wanted that choice of curtains.
Yes.
Yeah, I could get close to that. Not completely change that curtain so every time I look at it, it's a different color. No. Yeah. But I can stand and look and imagine. But what I'm actually doing is creating that complete thing in my head and like kind of overlaying it.
Parallel universe with.
I'm not really seeing it out there. Yeah. I'm still seeing it up here.
Yes, I understand.
And I feel that it's up here.
Yes.
I don't feel that it's out there.
But have you tried to force it? Because that seems like almost like a superpower.
I've never thought of it, so I can't say I have.
But it seems like almost a superpower. But that happens
maybe
when you maybe take hallucinogens, right?
Yeah, synesthesia, definitely synesthesia.
So you see things.
Have you heard of synesthesia?
No, I don't know what it is.
So synesthesia is like where people's senses are twisted in that they taste colour. So if they see blue,
see sound.
If they see blue, it tastes like
how
cherries.
How would that's so interesting. Like, how would it look like?
Exactly.
Oh, it's great. I don't know if they could explain it.
It's hard for them to explain to people because it's not something you can contextualise because it's not a shared experience.
It's not. It's like what I was saying the other day about.
How would you see
is your version of this blue?
To recreate synesthesia.
Yeah. But is your version of this blue the same as my version?
No, don't know. Yeah, exactly.
You can't. I just know it's blue. You know it's blue.
Yeah, exactly.
But it might not be the same blue.
Yeah. Or you might see it as a different type of blue.
As a slightly darker blue.
Or maybe blue for you is a completely different color than for me.
It could be. Colourblind people. So there's a lot going on. We're not quite hallucinating, Dave, but very close.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah, we want the computer involved.
There's this whole movement now called cyberdelics. And cyberdelics is about
using
technology. No,
okay.
Is using technology to create these psychedelic states that traditionally people have taken drugs to achieve.
Okay. Oh, the flashing light stuff. Oh, you're talking about the
not just that, Jim. There's so many.
No, I'm sure there's so many nights, but no, there was a thing when I was younger, so late 90s, and you had like glasses.
Yeah.
And they had LEDs in it. And tunes, not music,
like binaural beats or something.
Funky beats, and they would flash, and it would calm you, and state you down. So you wear like this, you know, like those sleeping things that you wear,
masks,
but with LEDs built in.
Yeah.
and then a set of speakers, set of headphones.
Interesting.
And it would flash and beep and blah, but it would chill you the fuck out.
So they're now taking that to like the next level.
Yeah, because the different flash rate would then just tune you up. They was tuning you down, and I suppose you could just tune you up and you start tripping. I can imagine that would happen.
And what did Jelly say there before?
Jelly saying, I do think Joe would quite enjoy this 3D pen as well, because he's done some really cool stuff. He's just been vac forming straight over his electronics.
Yeah.
And I keep moaning at him about, like, is it going to breathe? Is there enough airflow? But if you just took that and just strung a cage over, that's it. That's all you're protecting, isn't it? You could just make that over anything.
You could.
Yeah. I really quite like it. I've just picked up the Sensi. Can we show you the Sensi again? This is the Sensi. And
what's on the Sensi, Joe?
Yeah, I've been a bit fussy lately because I just keep wanting to put more things on. There's no real reason for this other than it's nice. Is foam feet. No, I'm trying to get the feet to show with the shininess. Okay. The foam foot pad and foam lipo spacer, and this Mylar thing, which I think I'm going to change again. I'm going to cut it back because I don't think it needs these outside screws. So I'm going to change that again. There's no need for it, so I'm going to change that again, and then make one that's got no holes in it.
And then hopefully it'll be shipping this week, Joe.
Yeah, maybe end of this week. By then, yeah. What it is I got a load of this foam in, but I wasn't satisfied with it, so I bought some other foam. So that's got to turn up and get cut. And I really am very impressed with these flywheel motors. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Can we focus them?
Can you just open it up so people could buy it with the older foam if they wanted? Yeah. Get one now.
What? Sorry, who? What? When? What was that question?
People wanted to buy it with the older foam and not wait for the new foam to get cut, because I think people really want to get this frame.
I would just list it.
I feel lucky. I've stolen one from you already.
You mean just list it as is?
Just list it. Let people buy the goddamn frame.
I know. At least.
Well, we'll put it up to the public. Like, if enough people say now, let's list it. I can list it. I don't mind. It's not a thing. Like, I've got the nuts. There's all the bits are there. It's just I want to be extra.
Extra.
Foam feet.
Yeah, I like the foam feet. I think they're very cute. I like them a lot. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. Carlos is now starting to print. So hang on, where is it? There you go. He is printing. So I don't know how you're going to put a motor into that, Carlos.
Don't worry.
Well, you're going to have to drill it out. Why didn't you just put a motor there?
It's easy.
And then thing round the motor. Oh, that's very weak. Oh, God, that looks super weak. That really does.
I'm not finished. I just started. Come on.
That just looks weak. I'm sorry. But that's fine. I'm not discouraging you.
Really?
Yeah. Just do it better. Simple as. So whilst Carlos is doing that. Yeah. I think we should almost call this the Carlos show, because like it's just so many inventive things.
Yeah. It doesn't stop.
You did impress me this week, Carlos, I've got to say.
With what?
Because at the end of last week... No, I don't mean it in a surprise tone, please. I don't mean it in a surprise tone. At the end of last week, we was just chit-chatting about the rolling chassis. Hey, Jesse, thanks for joining us. We're just playing around with toys again. We did just chit-chat about the rolling chassis.
Rich has just dropped to 1090, just as an update. To the
really? Has he seen what's being printed?
Chance of this frame
I'm going to change it now. You can't see what's printing now.
Jesse, just to say that Carlos is trying to make a frame right now.
That will rival yours.
He's trying to just print one out.
You don't need any cockroaches anymore. Just buy from me.
Just that's it. Look, you can just 3D print like that. What are you doing? A full chassis or something there, Carlos? What?
Just relax.
Just relax. Okay, we'll come back to you there. The Carlito show, exactly, because we was talking about rolling chassis.
Yeah.
And I said, oh dear, as I do, I pointed out that there was a flaw in the plan, and that chassis wouldn't fit all of the different bodies.
Yeah.
And I said, can't you just do it like this, a bit slidey, and gave him the vaguest of brief.
Yeah.
And Carlos said, yeah, I can do that. And he came back with this. So, you say that just looks like a normal Land Rover, doesn't it?
It does.
Just looks normal. But then when you turn it upside down and look underneath, there is this awesome adjustable rolling chassis. So not only is the chassis adjustable, these rear wheels are adjustable because they're not all the same from the back to the back wheel. So that's adjustable. And then this bit clips out of the chassis. This bit, here. So that bit's also adjustable. And it's a little bit tight. See, that bit. So you can go really big to really small.
Very clever.
Great for a rolling chassis. I absolutely love it.
So the idea for this was that I had too many shells.
So you put it in and then you just click it back.
For the amount of cars that I had. And they're just like laying around doing nothing. So I thought,
getting damaged as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I can actually like put them up and make it look a little bit pretty. And I thought, how can I do that?
How can it roll?
How can it roll?
Someone's just commented saying, yo, your garage is overgrowing.
Yes, so, Jesse, I'm glad you're on the line. Jesse, the idea... Let's try and get that up a bit.
More, yeah.
Can you see that greenness going on up there? So I went and bought very cheap, very, very cheap, pretend vine, fake vines.
Pretend vine.
Yeah, and we're just going to do loads of this hanging down, and it will be very reminiscent of your clouds, Jesse, from the internet, from the open, from the invitational. And you're just going to spend time flitting through it all. Like, it's not really a path, it's more of a space.
Yeah.
More of an area.
A bit like tree weaving as well.
A lot like tree weaving. That's why I think Jesse would like it quite a lot. Because it's really easy and, it's just...
We've just put up 4.
Yeah.
And it's created already a great obstacle.
This is it. I've got loads of them. So I've got a load of them. And what I want to do is put it on a net so that I can then just open up the net and spread it out between 2 walls or whatever it is. And then pack it back down again, because it all goes back to my desire to do interesting race spaces.
Yeah. With the least amount of...
But I don't own the space, so we have to go in there, build it up, and I want to build it quickly.
And more than just gates.
And I'm not a fan of circles on sticks. No. I've said that a couple of times.
Have you?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of circles on sticks, so there you go. There's 2 at least. I want to be able to build it quickly and then collapse it.
Yeah.
It's quite important because we have to take it then to somewhere else. So this, for me, is, yes, the vines are where the rumours come from, Gel. That's exactly right. This, for me, I think is going to be a great little feature element.
He's putting scoops now in his...
Stoops?
Scoops.
Oh, has he got a little scoop?
Cool down in his...
Gel, Tristan's just looking at one of your pictures there. Apparently you've started putting scoops in. Well done. Because you need some air in there. You really, really do. And I really like it. Yeah, I like the idea of this vine thing.
Oh, it's great.
And I think we could get a lot of time in that area. Like when I was at the Invitational, everyone's flying around.
Racing.
I was just up in that top cloudy bit. That was just nice, yeah. Like, just to tell you guys that don't know, the Invitational, Jesse's got like a staircasey part and just a void above the staircase.
You can probably go to my Instagram and there's like a...
Yeah, you probably could do.
A video of the whole thing.
Yes, I might even find it here. But he's got like a staircasey thing, and so clever. He just went to IKEA, standard IKEA business, and got these different size lights. You know, the paper light with the wire spiral that just collapse and open.
Like a lampshade, basically.
Like a lampshade, exactly like a lampshade. And he just hung them up, but all together as a collection, as it were. And I just spent more time in there, up in that loft area, than I did anywhere else. Yeah, like, let's try and give you a bit of...
Such a sick track.
Oh, it's the best track, and I know I'm allowed to show you this track, so there's no copyright issues there because Jesse's a top dude. Thanks, Jesse.
Isn't it Nurk's video as well?
I think it's Nurk's video.
Credit
for Nurk, top bloke.
Great flyer as well.
Really great, like
He's not
unquestionable great pilot, bruv. Like, come on.
And Tiny Whip's not his like natural.
No. So here we go. We're coming up to the area. So all of this, that is just IKEA lamps.
But it looks so good.
It just looks phenomenal, and the time I spent up there.
Cruise round up there.
Yeah. And this jungle thing, I think, is going to be very reminiscent of that.
Same kind of feel, even though it looks different.
In that I can just take whatever path I want. That's what it is for me. Is that yes, there is a path, but I could just turn around here, turn around there, go this way, go that way. Yeah. So let's go back to Zoom Cam and see what What has Carlos done? That paper's a bit hot. Or is it? Oh yeah, I suppose it would be. I suppose it would be.
Yeah. So that's just the base right now.
That's just the base.
Yeah. So if we wait a little bit, we can probably like.
That's just the base.
Peel it off from here. And it's quite.
The paper's helping the strength.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Yeah. And it's quite, that's quite strong in the middle, which is what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen someone made a little micro whoopee kin.
Yeah.
I'm loath to call everything a whoop, but just so you understand the size, 31mm prop, 6mm motors, out of a credit card.
Possibly.
No, he did.
Yeah,
he had a little credit card.
Hi, Ian.
And you popped a couple of bits and it held it on. I just thought it was brilliant.
This?
Oh, that's you. That's you making noise. That's your little machine. So
Shush.
Stop it making noise.
Yeah, George didn't realise they were fake. He thought there was a whoop dive gap into the sea.
Oh, I cut my roof off. No. Sorry, sir. Yeah, I've got this in because my idea is to get a big net.
Yeah.
Tie that to the net, and then I can stretch the net out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys was just so insistent that we put some up.
They look great. I love it.
We just hung it on some screws.
Very effective.
And yeah, I think we can have a little fly later on.
Well,
when Carlos has built this.
Do you have any other pen that I can write?
Yeah, there's that felt tippy one I gave you earlier.
Can you give me one? Sorry.
Yeah. Why are you giving the ripped bit of paper back?
I need more paper.
Like I want that.
Yeah, that's fine. So what am I doing now? Yeah, now I have to do the holes for the where these bits are gonna go.
Where the bits are gonna go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this Carlos? Is this bit on the bottom?
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got to get the right one first. Is this available on Thingiverse?
Not yet, but.
Not yet, but will be soon.
Yeah.
And your Thingiverse is SeekND.
Just SeekND.
I'll post a link in the chat.
So if anyone wants to do this.
And is Jesse on still?
Possibly, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. Jesse, if you're on, let us know. Carlos might want
No, he's not on.
He's gone.
Well,
Jesse
tough
away.
then.
Tough.
Tough. Something to cut?
A knife?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Can I cut up on top of this?
You can cut on the green one. That's the cutting mat. That's what it's for.
Right, I'm posting the link to Carlos's.
That's previous stuff, but this one is not on there yet, it will be on soon.
Subscribe to his. You can like or follow him or something.
Like, follow, share.
Subscribe.
Tell your nan.
You can tip him as well if you think his designs are good enough. Send us some money.
I think this is genius.
It's true.
I think this little thing is genius. I love it because it can fit. Now, so that's one thing.
Okay, this is too hard.
Oh, apparently you can't receive tips.
Huh? Really?
Really?
It says you're not set up to receive tips.
Okay, don't tip him. I think that is genius.
You can be set up.
Yeah, I think it's genius. But what I think is darling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is hang on, I've got to get it so that I can show it in the Zoom cam.
Wow, this is really hard.
Yeah.
I made it too hard. That's what she said.
That's what she said. All right, so let me try and Zoom cam it. This thing I think is darling, and is this also going to be on in Thingiverse? So these all Landus don't come with any interior.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit hard to see, but Carlos has done seats, He's done a window winders, door handles.
No, well, part of that is from actually some other dude made it.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
are you cloning some other bits?
Yeah. So I made the chairs, the center bit.
Yeah.
The wheel for it.
The dashboard.
But the dashboard and the doors were by someone else.
Okay. Well, you've added quite a lot then. That's more than half.
I haven't released it yet. So.
But that'll also be on Thingy. Yes. And what I like about it is it sits right over the motor unit.
Like small.
Because this is where the motor would be in an Orlando, and you can't change that. You can't move that.
Yeah.
So you could put this interior into your Orlando build.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
That's and still have. Yeah. And still have Orlando, which is what I like about it. So that for me is the genius part there. So that bit, and then that's the print for the interior. It's got a little bit of door handle, a little bit of dashboard business.
Jesus, this is
and
super hard.
Over the motor.
Would you likes it hard and
hard, yes, all of those superlatives.
What?
Superlatives. All those things, I like all of them. Hard, stiff, long, whatever one you want.
Phallic.
No, I'm not sure about phallic. I've gone off phallic.
You've gone off phallic.
I've gone off phallic lately. Yeah, so those things are going to be on Thingiverse. That's the new little bits of Orlando stuff.
I think I did a boo-boo.
And if you think you can improve them, have a go at improving them, and make sure you share it with us and let us know. This is the other thing.
Not with my soldering iron, you won't be poking holes in.
You could, yeah.
Not with mine iron, though. I said just do it around the motor, like you're just mental.
Wait, which one is?
I thought black and white was top right.
Black and white top right. All
right. Is that the right?
It used to be. But that might not be that flight. What is that? Is that a new?
No, it's a tiny whoop.
Proper inductrix.
Uh huh.
I've got one here.
Anyway, so that's going to be up. We want you to do stuff, do your little changes, and then just repost it and share it. As long as you're sharing, we don't really care what you do with it.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, you can claim it as your own and all the rest of it, and put your own name and all that. Just share it. Thank you very much. Another great guest, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Atkins on the line with us. Chris, thank you for joining us. Big love. Yeah, got a lot of love for that guy. Just quickly.
Yes.
I've been thinking about this digital thing.
Okay, yeah.
And DJI.
Yeah.
Like I know, just like all of a sudden, I'm going to just change the subject, but.
There's a smooth segue.
I'm really, really not sure what the point is.
What the point is?
Yeah.
To make money.
See better.
Nah, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
See better.
I think they're just doing that just to chuck money out, bro.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But the point in HD would be
to see better.
So you can see better, yeah.
Sure. But that's not very small.
It's not very what?
That's not changed from 2 years ago.
What they're doing?
Yes. They've got 4 antennas instead of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the box is about the same size.
Yeah.
What's changed?
The fact that now there's like a fully integrated. This is maybe more adequate for someone joining.
Joining a new
FPV.
person.
Yeah.
Oh God. A new that's going to crash every 2 minutes.
Well.
And smash up that camera.
Well, but the camera is not that expensive. That's the problem that we had before.
The camera bit was 150 quid.
No.
The whole thing is.
The whole thing is.
Just the camera itself you can replace.
Yeah.
4 chips.
Well.
For like 20 quid, 30 quid.
40 quid, 60 quid, 80 quid.
Well, exactly, when it starts getting up to there. Yes, so I'm still...
£55.
I'm just not that sure, bro.
You're not that sure?
No.
I like it.
I think...
But there's some things that that do come along with it, with this like HD type system, right?
Okay.
And I think I saw it on Bardwell said it.
Yeah.
There's a very social aspect of our FPV life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is anyone can just join the channel and spectate of the one that you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
You can do that on DJI as well.
If you happen to have their goggles.
Exactly. Like you have to have.
Well, you're not going to have the goggles unless you have their system.
But we have to modify and improve somehow, some way, right?
Can you do that on camera? I want people to see what you're doing there. So you can only see it yourself.
Yeah.
It's bloody expensive.
It's not that expensive. £1,000?
Okay, it's not that expensive.
With the remote control?
Because you're saying I get this and that and this and that and this.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so in which case it's only for people that don't have anything. Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Exactly.
Because I'm having to buy all that anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if the vast majority of us have already got half of that gear, why do we need to buy it all again?
If you want more quality video. And I can tell you, like, from my days in Connects, that I had Connects.
Yeah, I remember that big bulky bastard.
Yeah, big bulky bastard. And that was the problem. Like, you had to lug all that cables around. Like, I have a video of a review, and it's just like me fiddling with cables.
Watching you use it that day, can't remember what event it was, put me off it.
It's cables, cable. But when you look at the picture, it's like, oh my god, right?
Yeah.
And that's what changed now. There's no more.
I just don't know.
Cable.
High pitched whine on the feed. Oh, that's your whining. You're whining.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you're too close to the speaker. I'm going to move the speaker over here then, and maybe we can get a little bit less whining. Sorry about that. I want it smaller, and because I fear that it's never going to get small enough for me.
It probably won't.
I just hate it.
In the UK as well, so only 4 channels and 25 milliwatts.
I thought it was 8 channels or 6 channels or something, and that's another thing. It's
different for the EU and America.
They're maxing out. Isn't the point of the digital that you're locking out everyone else? But now you've locked me down to only the same amount of channels that I can get in analog.
8, yeah.
Yeah, you can get 8 in analog now.
Yeah.
So if you've got a decent enough Clover antenna, a good VTX,
it's the quality,
a good bit of reception, you ain't changing much, are you?
Yeah, but it's the quality of what you're getting.
Yeah. Actually flying with 720p with minimal breakup.
It's like,
for sure.
I can tell you, when I had Connects, it was like, oh my god.
I can see better, I can fly better because I can see better.
There was a little bit of lag for racing. But seriously, the problem with Connects though was if you crashed a single thing, it would probably break. And that breakage wasn't 150 quid. It was like 400.
The whole thing was just
500. It was insane. And the support that I got, like I did the review for them. So I contacted them. They sent me equipment, and I did the review for them.
Yeah.
And one of the things failed, and I couldn't get support for it. Like the reviewer. So I was like, all right, well, what am I gonna do?
I still think that we need a digital lockout of an analog signal. So we need to fly and send the picture in analog and get a digital way of stopping me seeing someone else's video.
The problem is though, it's not just stopping you seeing. You do get interference. You do get harmonics. So you've got to make sure that doesn't happen.
If it doesn't have the digital signature
doesn't
on
matter
that
if it has
frame,
a digital signature or not, Jim. It will interfere in an analog way.
In an analog.
Before it gets to the digital disruption. If I'm transmitting on a channel that's close to yours, and it literally will change what your channel is seeing on that specific frequency, if it's the harmonics of it overlap your channel.
Yeah.
I don't think it changes.
That.
I don't know if it merges with my incoming signal and changes it.
No, it's in
I
the
think
ether.
it sits on top and we're battling it. In which case, in my head, it still works because I'm reading a milliseconds worth of code. If it's got the parity bit on it, then the rest of it I'll show you. If it hasn't, I'm not going to show it to you. Kind of thing.
But in HD, that signal gets digitalized, so you're not gonna.
Yeah, you're digitalizing the picture. I don't want to. I just want to digitalize the signature.
Yeah.
The signature.
Yes.
No, I want the picture.
I can deal with an analog picture.
Have you flown with digital?
No.
It's a different world. It's not what you think.
No, I have flown with 3D. Which was very interesting.
No, it's different. It's nothing to do with 3D or.
But I don't know. So Tony's saying that it's 720p. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? 720 at 300 meters and 480 at 3 kilometers. Interesting. So it loses a lot of a lot of resolution. That's where it starts to go blocky. If you watch the videos, it's going blocky. Whereas we would get snowy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the fat shark ones are supposed to do that snowy one thing, but
the frostbite, bite frost.
The bite frost.
Stupid name.
It's such a stupid name.
Like let's pick a really stupid name.
It's
for
almost
our
as bad
new
as
thing.
the trash can.
Let's just. That is China laughing at you. You know that, yeah?
People still buy it.
We're going to take this stuff out of the bin and put it together and sell it to you. That was China laughing at you. Yes, Gel. Gel is right. It's like a VCR and a DVD, you know, because I know, my very little electronics, is that up here at the top of the picture, right at the top, and down here at the very bottom, there's 2 blank spaces. And those blank spaces are processed and transmitted and processed on the other side, but they're just not shown.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of space that we're not adding to the processing that we could put a digital signature in. It has to be in the camera.
Yeah.
And it has to be in the goggles to read it.
Yeah.
But you could add those 2 things. I think you dropped your flight controller. You could add that in that bit of space. It doesn't have to be on my picture. A bit like a what's those things called? The scan code things.
Barcode.
No, the square ones. QR code. That's it. So a bit like your own QR code for that camera, and you're tuning into that QR code. And if it hasn't got that on that frame, because every frame comes as a nugget.
Yeah.
And it has that or doesn't have it. If it doesn't have it, I don't show it. If it has it, I show the rest of that bit of info. That kind of thing. Yeah, that looks a lot like that. He's
built a drone.
Do you want to show it to the people in the Zoom cam?
No.
No.
You want to see it that close?
Yeah.
You don't want to see it that close.
So that is it. That is it.
That's 4 motors and a flight controller, isn't it?
That is 4 motors and a flight controller. That is true. And you're going to now make a camera mount?
See what?
Well, you can FPV that, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Now I have to make a camera. But the problem is, so there's a little problem. And the little problem is...
Yeah, try and make sure you're in view of the camera.
Yes. The little problem is I need to... Well, it would be better if I could make some holes to fit these things here to the other side. So that the flight controller sits flush.
Can't you make a little podium for it to sit on?
I could,
just make
but
a little blob
still,
square.
But still, look, it needs to go through here.
Make it that
It'll be better if I can make some holes here.
But that's also making it weaker.
Nah, it's not gonna be that weaker. Uh oh.
Oh, have you pulled the plug out?
Oh no.
Oh, you've ruined the motor.
No, we can.
You can refix that.
Maybe.
Okay, so
maybe we can.
He's just carrying on now with his build. Yeah, so we might see it flying a bit. You never know. So
I can just do this.
I can understand as a product for racy people, yeah, the top end kind of guys, yeah. I just don't know, bros. I think a lot of people are going to buy it because it's new and they've got wads of money, blah de blah.
Wads of money.
Wads. You have to have £1,000 to drop on that kit.
Just for one quad.
And then to add another 200-300 quid to the actual quad.
You still have to add the camera kit to each quad, which is 150 quid for the whole thing.
Per quad.
Where's the double-sided?
So that adds up to like £1.5 grand suddenly to do 4 quads.
There, one down.
This one?
That is double-sided.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the thicker one.
Oh, it's over here. That's the green ones. Over there.
The green ones.
At the back. Okay. Yeah, so it's a lot of money. I think that it's nice that they're advancing. I'm not having a go at that. Definitely want to see innovation. I think Fat Shark have dropped the ball and embarrassed themselves.
Which they have been doing for the past how many years?
They just rushed. I don't know why did they rush.
Why would they? Why would you? You haven't achieved anything by bringing it out now that they wouldn't achieve by bringing it out in a month's time.
Yeah.
They've not done anything different there. Yeah, and all they've looked like, and they've made themselves look weak by, oh no, DJI out. Well, look at ours.
And they tried to say like, you thought DJI's was good. Wait till you see ours.
And they're
like, yours isn't as good.
And it's worse. So what the bloody? And then, who decides these names? Which muppet wakes up in the morning and says that's the name? Who is this? What? God blimey! Just go back to the drawing board.
Go blimey, governor.
God blimey, governor.
Go blimey.
That is my opinion. Is God blimey, governor. So, anyway, that's about it. Until we actually see some more of it, there won't be much more to say about it. Are you putting it underneath?
Yes.
Oh, very inventive. So it can land on its wires.
Yes.
That's very good.
There's no. This is It's
a jungle quad. That's what you're doing.
No, yeah, no. This is
jungle
just
boogie.
This is just to see that you can actually build something with, the minimal amount of preparation,
effort,
time,
all
effort.
The other things, yeah.
Yeah, but you can.
Yeah, sure. I'm not denying that. I didn't deny that.
You can do it.
Yes, you can probably do that.
That's all that I want to show, that you don't have to. I think the thing with this type of things that people think like, oh, but
it's so difficult.
What am I gonna do? How am I gonna learn about it? It's so precise.
You know what I like? What I like? Back in the day, when we used to do the airplanes, fixed wing stuff.
Yes.
That was super precise.
But
trust me, if you built that wrong,
you will fly.
Twisted, it will fly really badly. Though.
No, look at our wings.
But no. It will fly really bad. I'm talking about an actual wing with ribs and covering.
Oh, okay,
like a model. Like when we was back in the day,
the old geezer ones.
Old geezer fixed wing airplane models and all that.
Do you have insurance?
That comes with your BMFA thing, so you have.
Oh, the wing comes with your
BMFA. When that was done, there was a lot of very specific things.
Yeah.
That if you didn't do right,
it wouldn't fly.
Wouldn't fly at all.
Properly. Because
you was expecting the frame to do the flying.
Yes.
Whereas now your flight controller
exactly.
is doing all the flying.
Yes.
You could have the jankiest frame.
Yes.
And that flight controller would still deal with most of the problem.
Yes.
Like it would have to literally motors pointing out sideways or something stupid for it to not be able to deal with it.
Yes.
So I think that's what is allowing you
to go this mental.
To just say, yes, look, I'm just going to junk and print out whatever it is that I want to print out. Yeah. I think the flight control, we should really, really be grateful for how freaking awesome the flight controllers have become.
Yeah. Take it for granted, definitely.
We really do take it for granted, like how awesome flight controllers are and what a bonus it is that that we can then convert it to a wing or something else.
Yeah.
But that.
Can I get the soldering iron?
Not my one.
Yes.
Don't be melting. Don't be melting plastic with it.
Huh? No plastic.
Don't be melting plastic with it. Yeah. That we can do what we do.
Yes.
With this bit of code, so I'd like to take a moment.
I'd like to take a moment
to just doff the metaphorical hat to the. I think even people like Dominic Clifton.
Yes.
Should be very praised because that's like day one kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Boris the original
B.
Boris
B.
Boris B.
Where are those guys now?
Dominic Clifton's still doing stuff. He's doing a new flight controller. He's doing his own little flight controller. Boris B. I've not seen anything of for ages.
Is he still on Betaflight?
I don't even think that he does that. I might be wrong. Someone else might know, but I don't think he's been involved with it for a while.
Really?
For quite some time. But top bloke. So these things just need to be appreciated because it's not 5 years ago, Carlos.
Yeah.
Tristan, not. Yeah. We didn't have anything like this.
So different back then. Again, I don't think people appreciate people who buy their first work now. Even
how much you've got in
3 or 4 years ago, you didn't exist.
Like how much electronics you've got in it. Like back in the day, you was lucky, I say, to get a gyro, big fat chunky box that had a thing in it actually spinning, physically spinning inside this bugger. You could hear it,
crazy.
And you'd put that in for stabilisation, and you'd have to have 3 of them for each axis if you wanted to get these close to this.
Tricopters because it's easy to get them stable.
It was all So this is still wing stuff.
Oh, wing.
This is still in the wing world I'm talking about, just to get get level flight.
Yeah.
But now you've got it in the tiniest form factor, bro. Like, it's stunning.
What we've got packed in now is
what
these
you've
20
got.
by 20 mil FCs.
Yeah.
It's just obscene.
Like this Diamond VTX business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I still think they're missing the trick with the SD card,
it's a huge accomplishment.
It's phenomenal accomplishment. Yeah. Like, you've got a video transmitter and an SD recorder in the same half a little flight controller worth of space. Like, it's not even, it's only that one, isn't it? It's only the half of it. It's not the whole thing. Yeah. Like, that's pretty small.
Yeah.
And they used to cost a lot of money as well.
Used to cost crazy amounts of money. Like, I remember the first, what was it, 8500 or something it was, from Spectrum. Do you remember that camera?
Yeah.
In the box? Utter shite. Like, oh my God, so shit. Like, you can't describe how rubbish this thing was. £85.
Yes.
85 quid, dude.
I remember that one of my first cameras that was like super high end was like 80 quid for the.
Yeah.
It was like a board camera, super big.
Now you can get a Caddx Ratel for like.
The Ratel's 26 quid.
And it's
beautiful
one of
camera.
The best cameras I've ever looked at.
Crystal picture. Yeah. You could get even the Beetle and the Firefly, the cheapest ones. That's a camera and VTX, because the Ratel's just a camera.
Yeah, true.
For like 25 quid. For nothing.
And it's a good picture.
And it's a great picture. Like, a really very usable picture. At the end of the day,
on a micro,
a lot of people are blaming. This is another thing that a lot of people don't realise in analog, is you can't actually transmit more than, I think it's 700 TVL. You can't physically send it.
But having used some of these 1000, 1200 TVL cameras, it makes a difference.
It's a better sensor.
What you see.
Overall, it's a better sensor, but it's not sending more picture.
Yeah, but what you see is better, so it's worth.
The sensor is
you're
better.
right. Yeah, you're not actually gaining anything from the number.
No.
But
the number
it's not
ain't
worth
changing.
discounting those being like, oh, well, they're not helpful at all. It's being helpful, but in a different way, because of a different reason.
Because
anyway.
yes, the actual chip is a better quality chip.
Yeah.
So the 700 that is transmitting a better 700.
Then
it's not transmitting the extra 500.
No.
Just wasting time. You know, so there's loads of things like that, little things.
But the new nano cameras that are coming out now. Now you've got the nano. There's the Kangaroo from Caddx.
Yes.
You've got the Predator and
Kangaroo.
It's because it's like a pouch.
Oh, you can mod it up to be a bigger camera.
You've got the small,
14 by 14.
14 by 14 is the camera, and it's got like a sheath.
A 19 by 19 sheath.
Full size sheath that goes over the top of it.
So it goes from nano to micro for whatever build you need.
But we're only going to use nano.
It's amazing though. I just can't believe how good these cameras are getting when they're so small.
Sensors, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, it's not just us that's demanding this out of these little cameras. It is all coming from the security world. Like, that's where we started.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's old enough,
like 15 years ago or something.
Yeah, if anyone's old enough to remember when we first started FPV, we were literally buying security cameras. Like, sold as security cameras.
That's where GoPros come from as well.
Yeah?
GoPro was security camera hardware.
Exactly.
So, like, all of FPV has its roots in this.
Has its roots in these really other things, and that's part of what I used to say this, and I still agree with this, is that the reason that, like, some people say FPV is expensive, but they honestly don't know other hobbies for them to say this.
Yeah.
Like, a single motor for your helicopter could cost 80 to 100 quid more.
Yeah.
Just for a motor.
And here we are, £10 for a motor. Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? For something awesome. So where you start looking at the price ranges, a lot of that was driven by the early FPVers just scouring the internet for equipment that they can use.
Yeah.
More than a branded company selling you some equipment at a markup.
Yeah.
So China had to follow that price point. Yeah. They would have sold it all to you for much higher price point. But they had to follow that history, because you're not going to buy it if you know you can just go to the next shop and buy a camera.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to do the same job. And back then it really did the same job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the same price.
And then all they've done is branded it with their name on it. You're not interested.
No, but they were smart, because they started like sending out shitty things.
Yeah. Can I just take these scissors that are only for paper off of you? before you start cutting everything in the
Can I
world.
get another?
There's
scissor?
15 pairs of scissors over there. Don't touch this one.
Yeah, mobile phone
Fucking
tech
hell.
has helped as well, Rich is saying.
Seriously,
Agree with
give him a hammer.
A hammer would do.
A hammer would do you nicely. Yeah, exactly. And Rich Wallace does make a very good point. We are only even in this FPV world and drone world because of the technology in mobile phones.
Yeah.
That magnetometer, the gyro, when you spin your phone around, is the same as you spinning your drone around. That technology is what, those chips, is what allows us to have a flight controller.
Yeah.
So it's all right time, right place, right motion, and all the rest of it. And if we keep pushing on this side of the Chinese wall, then China will replicate what we want.
Yeah.
Like what we're saying, we've wanted this, and Carlos and I have said this about this VTX SD card
so many times.
So many times.
I can remember you saying it I remember the first time I think I heard you say it is a year and a half ago, but you've been saying it for a long time before that as well.
So, and it's taken China now to see the point in it, to bring it out, blah de blah. And if we still need to keep pushing these demands, these things that we want, in how we want to move forward.
Because they're not necessarily looking to innovate. That's the thing. They just want to copy a good idea and know it's going to work.
Yes. No, I've had to take the scissors off of Carlito Gel. They are paper scissors. These scissors are for paper. And if you start cutting everything with them, you're going to ruin the scissors, which is why we have other scissors.
No, you just don't want me to have the scissors?
No, you can have
run
the other
around
one
with the scissors.
I want you to move further forward so that people can see what you're doing. That's what I want you to do. Like, oh my God. It looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like you've got a can of silly string and you're trying to make a thing out of a can of silly string.
Whatever it may look, it does work.
Yeah, well, it does look like it works, and we're going to find out if it actually flies in a minute. So do you know what? Have you actually measured this for the props?
No.
Do you want to check for props? Because
not too late now.
That front one looks a bit close.
Huh?
That reminds me.
The back one is a bit low.
That reminds me of the Spec 80. Do you remember the Spec 80?
Yeah.
That was a great little one from Rotorius.
Maybe.
That reminds me a lot of the Spec 80.
But the thing with this is,
there's one up there, and you could probably see the size difference on the graveyard shelf.
On the graveyard shelf.
Yeah, up there. There's a little Spec 80.
Do you have some props?
Probably in that top box. This top box. In the box at the top. Take those other bits off. That's it. In the box at the top. Yes. So yes, Carlos is doing his little toolkit stuff.
Where?
Just madness. In the very top they should be. Or in here, in the next layer. What's in the next layer? This? Oh, look, there you go. That's going to drop if you don't fix that. Oh, shit. Why are you hurting, Carlos? Why did you owl then, Carlos?
I fell off my thing.
You fell off your new toy. Carlos has got a new toy, ladies and gentlemen.
No, let's not discuss that. That's for a different stream.
That's for a different stream, but he fell off his new toy.
Can
you show us your arm?
Is it in or out?
Can you show us your arm? Just show us your arm. Yeah,
I can't see much now.
Well, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's what you get for playing with big toys.
It's
okay.
Out, Carlos.
Yes.
So is it in or out?
Out.
That looks like it's clipping already.
It's out.
It's out.
It is clipping.
So you want to do that again with the props on? Yeah. Break that off and just start again with the props on. There you go. So what else can we talk about?
Oh, there we go.
What else can we talk about, lads?
Can talk about if this is gonna work or not.
I think it will work. I just think it'll be a bit sideways flying. Yeah. A little bit sideways flying.
Yep.
So I'm very, very close to releasing the Sensi, and we did have a competition go last week, and India Mundi won it, and there was a bit of controversy. Yeah,
you always cause controversy.
I just don't understand it sometimes. But I think maybe by next week I'm going to do another competition.
More controversy.
So watch next week
for more controversy.
Now you've got to watch next week for another competition, and then you will win. One of you will win a Sensi, an actual Sensi.
An actual.
So we've got one going out, India. Once once I've finished my fussiness, that will all start going out. Hopefully I can list it soon. But I'm going to do another one for next week. Okay, Carlos has got things going.
He's built a drone.
He's built a drone in minutes.
Well,
less than an hour.
Some minutes.
In less than an hour, so it's still minutes. I'm actually excited to see that now.
I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, there's another problem.
And it's a TinyWhoop flight controller, so we know it's pretty stable.
Well, that's the problem.
Why?
How are we going to bind
to it? Oh, 1 minute.
It?
Hang on a second.
Can we bind to it?
What? Oh, dear.
Oh, this is, old props.
No. You put 20,000 motors on there.
No, it's not.
Oh, hang on. That's just the wrong bag. Okay, they're reds. Okay, they're 17s. You can't put more than 17K on a TinyWhoop flight controller.
Yeah. So how do I bind to it? That's the problem.
You bind to it with a Spectrum.
Yeah. This will work as well.
Yeah. Mine will work.
Mine
will work. There's a Spectrum one up there in the corner.
You just plug it in, it flashes.
There's a Blade one just there.
Is it working though? It's not flashing. Is it plugged in?
Right. There, that's Blade.
Does it have?
That's Blade.
Oh, it has power as well.
I don't think it's flashing.
That's a Blade one.
Okay, let's try.
There you go. See. There you go. Oh, what happened to talking about doos? Drew, we did talk about doos a minute ago. I was talking about this one and what Carlos had changed.
No, it does have lights, but they're on top.
Did you see that, Drew? I don't know if you saw that.
How do you bind this, Jim?
You turn this on with nothing on, and then you turn, and then you.
Then you press and turn. Press the button.
You press that in and turn it on.
Ah, you press this in and turn it on.
Press that in and turn on. Yes, Joel. The scissors have a purpose. I don't put screws in the wall with a hammer.
Now let go of the stick.
You love that. You love that saying. Yes.
And it should then wait for it.
Have you not?
There you go.
That should be connected.
Yeah.
Is it flashing? I can't see the flashingness.
It's underneath. It is flashing.
It is flashing.
Yeah.
It's still flashing though.
Should go solid.
Let me have that.
What is it?
I don't know.
If you don't know, what are you doing?
It doesn't take Betaflight. It is a TinyWhoop flight controller, a TinyWhoop Racer flight controller, which is Horizon, and you should just be able to plug that in. And it wants to be stable though. That's part of your problem.
Okay.
Like it wants to sit flat.
Huh? Leave it there.
I want to see the light though. Can't see the light.
There you go. Yeah. See, it's blinking now.
Yes.
And then I press this and turn it on.
Drew, while he's doing that, did you see this, Drew? Did you see this? So this moves in two places.
It's stuck now. Oh!
That's it. So.
Oh my God!
Oh, the motors are wrong.
That seems crazy. So this slides in and out here to accommodate the different sizes. This bit slides in and out, and you'd fix it with a screw. And this rear one slides because to accommodate the differences between the back and the axle, a lot like, see, like the Jeep, that's very close to the back.
Black and white top right, right?
You see? So to accommodate that, this one changes that.
Yeah.
So you just push that in there, and then you pull this one back while holding that in there. And that'll be on Thingiverse very soon, Drew. What do you think? I think it's utterly brilliant. And he's also done the interior, Drew. A little bit of interior action.
A lot of interior.
Can I get the prop
tool? Asking different questions now.
That is, because I don't really have one to hand. Can't you just pull the bastard off? Yeah, I'll try using that. There's one in that drawer that says prop remover. So, yes. What else was it? Carlos had did that.
I got it.
There you go. Yeah, they do. Oh, you had one of them wrong, or all of them?
I thought it was supposed to be out, but
I'm pretty sure it's props out. Yeah,
it is
props out.
Well, it's props out, but I guess the motors are.
See, professional drone building.
Unplug the motors and rotate the flight controller 90 degrees.
That's what it's all about.
and then they'll be in the right ones.
What?
Unplug the motors, rotate the flight controller 90 degrees, and then plug the motors back in, and then the motors will be in the right things.
Yeah, I can. Okay, see what you
mean. Let's work that out. He can work that out. I have no idea what he's talking about. So
it doesn't make sense though, right?
I'm just going to let them do. Just going to let them do that because it's like, what are you talking about? So we've spoken about Orlando's a little bit.
Yeah.
There ain't much new in Orlando world. Like your 90s. Have you had many downloads on that? Would you know?
I'm not
Does
checking.
It tell you?
Really, it does tell me, but I'm not really checking. The last time I checked, it was a lot.
There's quite a few downloads.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see that out and about. Tom has been busy.
Yes.
He's done. I'm not going to moan. He's done 2, even though we said just do 1.
Yeah.
He's done 2 courses.
But you're not moaning.
I'm not moaning. That's not a moan. Did it sound like a moan? Did it sound moany? Let me know if that sounded
you've
moany.
You've had 25 collects on your Orlando D90.
Excellent.
But that's collects. That's not downloads. There's a part that shows you the downloads.
Yeah. Okay. So Tom's done a couple of landscapes, and I'm still trying to encourage people. Yeah. And hopefully, when Tom comes back from his little holiday, we can get a bit of time out of him.
Oh wow!
To talk
699 downloads.
Wow. That's awesome. See?
That's
pretty good. Nearly 700 downloads. Go and download it now and be the 700th man.
If you're the 700th person, you win the feeling of self-satisfaction. And 179
So
on
what I want to say is that I'm still wanting to do a mini event.
A mini event, yeah, me too.
Of of micro.
A massive mini event?
As many landscapes as we can get.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just do table stuff. I don't want to put stuff on a table. I want landscapes to come. So, if anyone... Did it take off?
Yes.
It took off.
It flies.
For a minute.
Oh.
You got
prop came off.
You lost the prop. You've got to show people that it flies.
Wait.
They don't believe you. They don't believe
Who said 10 out of 90? Oh.
If anyone has got any questions about landscapes, how to do the landscape, we can help you out with that, show you what you need, how to do it and all that, because we really want you to do your landscape so that you can bring your landscape to the event and we can go from one to the other to the other to the other.
Yeah.
Drew Bean had a great idea the other day for a Leonardo bridge.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Leonardo bridge? It's phenomenal.
It's proper shit.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have any more.
They'd be in the bottom of that box with where you got that one from.
Good.
What, it's too difficult to go back in the box. A Leonardo bridge is just a bridge made out of sticks, essentially, that link in together. But it makes a really nice, strong arch. Yeah. And you could go from one box to another box.
With a Leonardo
and you could even go different heights.
Nice.
Like that.
That'd be very cool.
And then you've still got a curve to go over.
So how does it look like? Sorry?
Oh, sugar. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to get a load of tissue. That's not good. That's really bad.
There's tea everywhere.
That's really, really bad. That should not have happened.
Nah, it's fine.
It's in my mouse.
Ah, it's in the mouse, then it's fine.
It's in the mouse.
Mice like tea, apparently.
Oh, shit. Okay, so a Leonardo bridge is a bridge that is all interlinked, essentially. It's not so much about it being a Leonardo bridge, but that the bridges between the two boxes is a really great idea. Oh, God, that's everywhere. That's everywhere. We are really doing it. Train track numbers, Joe. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah. Oh God, it's here as well.
That's as high as it goes.
How full was that cup? Oh my God.
I don't know. It does fly.
Would you want to take it off of my hand and see what happens?
Alright, is everyone ready for me to hit Gem?
Yeah, you hit me.
It seems to kind of maintain its altitude a bit.
I think it's. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the I don't know the quality of these motors. Oh. Or the quality of this flight controller.
Charged?
Well, I don't...
Or the battery, the quality of this battery.
Yeah, maybe the battery's a bit low, but I can't say that looks too heavy because there ain't not much to it. Not a weight thing. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit distracted because I have now tea all over my desk, which is not fun in the best of times. But trying to get the tea out of my... Oh god, it's all up here as well. Wow, it's gone everywhere.
Oh.
Look at where it is. Look at where the tea is. It's vast expanse of tea.
Meanwhile,
these guys will chat to you about not tea.
Well, where did it?
Yeah. All right. They're not going to chat to you about anything because.
I'm just trying to get this up.
Oh god, it's gone underneath. It's gone everywhere. It's gone. It has. It really has gone underneath.
This battery's still even lower. Well, the proof of concept kind of works.
That you can kind of make a drone.
You can kind of make a drone. Obviously, this was like just a little jokey thing to try and make something that. Can I get the mouse?
No, the mouse is
What
wet.
are you doing?
I don't know, bros. It's, the computer's gone crazy.
No, you're clicking the mouse.
Am I clicking the mouse?
Yeah,
okay.
there you go. Go there.
Go where?
To the
stream.
Yeah.
Oh, the mouse is it's full of tea.
Oh,
it's full of tea. Look, the mouse is. Oh, buggered the mouse.
Apologies to all our dedicated viewers.
I'm really sorry. Hang on. I'm trying to turn this thing off as well.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Look, that thing's on.
Stop touching things.
That thing should be on. Yeah. All right. I don't know what you're trying to do.
Go to the transition.
But trust me, that mouse is still buggered.
There we go. So.
Look, see the restream shut.
Huh?
That shut. Why did that shut? Oh, it's back now.
All right, leave it.
Okay.
So yeah, this was just a.
Thanks for that, by the way, guys.
A tiny little joke. Not the tea, the drone. That in just a couple of minutes, I managed to make like a tiny little quadcopter. Very terrible made, but it holds all the motors. Actually, more than holds the motors. I'm gonna have difficulty to take this off.
You ain't gonna get them back.
Nah, I'm gonna get it back, but it's gonna take some like
cutting and shutting.
Cutting and and breaking.
Okay.
The frame is very surprisingly tough, and I say that I heard a little crack here, but the edges are a bit more. But like, look at the tensile of this. Like, it's not gonna break anytime soon. I guess I could run this frame on with probably like better motors, and it would keep for a while.
Thanks for joining us.
You'd have to have a different flight controller.
Probably a different flight controller. I think I would have to also account for where the mounting holes are for the flight controller. Yeah. So obviously all of this can be done a lot better, but as a proof of concept for something that can take off.
You literally drew a drone with a pen.
Yeah. So
in less than an hour.
Exactly. The idea for this is just to show you a tool that you could possibly use. And it's not that complicated. Like I'm a klutz with this. And in 10 minutes I managed to glue all this together to something that kind of resembles a drone.
I was asking what on earth is that?
that is his wonder creation. I like that you can just use the pen to just make stuff. Like it sounds a bit stupid, but that you can just you can bridge these two gaps.
Yes.
You could have had
I spent some time and
you could have
if I had drawn
positioned that camera and then just that's where I want it and which hot glue wouldn't do as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can say hot glue, and also hot glue melts at a much lower temperature.
Yeah.
So it's no good for VTXs.
Yeah. And with this, you can literally just print like something like resembles one of those VTX's holders that you normally have, and just stick it in.
Yes, it's not just that. Like last week, a couple of weeks ago, when we went to Tristan's.
Yeah.
We wanted an end gate, didn't we?
Exactly.
Just a marker for the end gate, and I was like, all right, here we go. Here's the shape. That's how wide it is, and just drew it all out.
Yeah.
Flat, and then I stood it up and gave it a little bit of back support so it would stand
and stuff.
and little legs.
Yeah. So it's just thinking
it's
about
very
this.
Entertaining, very quick entertaining.
Just thinking about this in a 3D perspective of how you're gonna be able to.
In a different perspective, in a different way. So
I might do another frame out of stream, like a little bit better with the stuff that I've learned now.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
One
all
Carlos
right,
to rock up
all right.
your UK comp with headphone.
We're running the UK competition, Rich. So yeah, we will be rocking up with all of these things and more, so much more.
Yes.
You could repair
Yes.
stuff quickly
on the field.
on the field.
Because I'm just literally connected to
a little power pack.
Power pack.
But you could do little bits of creativity, Carlos.
Yeah.
How much longevity that's got?
Not a lot. This is for this. I think this
it's
is
a bit entertaining rather than.
No, I don't think it's entertaining. No, I think it's useful.
Okay.
But it's the precursor to then designing something and 3D printing it for real.
And then would it work in real? But I could do that in my head. So why do I need the pen?
Well, maybe you can, but not a lot of people can.
Okay.
And like you said, like repairs, like creating something. Because look at this, like it's quite strong. I'm not gonna be able to break this.
No, that is pretty strong.
Anytime soon.
Sure. But is that the real criteria?
The criteria is what would you use it for?
That's the question.
You could build a support for your car like this very easily.
I'm not sure, bros. I'm not sure. I think I'd rather have it properly printed. Is what my issue is.
You could,
Why
but
oh look, my mouth.
How much is a printer and the skill level that you're gonna use in a printer for that? For something that costs literally like 20 quid or 30 quid or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's already done and that's nice and it looks nice and.
Yeah, but how?
I'm never gonna be able to hand print as nicely looking as that, am I?
No, you won't. But how long and how many? How much money did I have to spend until I got
tomorrow?
to this?
I can wait for a day for it to turn up, can't I?
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about how long and how much effort did I have for me to create that.
Yeah, you spent some time on that.
All the times that I've done with the 3D printer since the beginning until I got to this. Right?
Until you got to that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Well, with this I made a frame in 10 minutes.
I know.
I've never made before.
Look, I know, and I'm with you, and I'm not trying to have a go, but have a look at this frame that you made. That you're saying I made the frame.
Yeah, because it was crap without any preparation.
Without any preparation, without any having
a go. If I had designed, if I had, like you said, got the flight controller,
okay. But what you're trying to say to me is that I did this like on a little fast testy thing.
Yes.
Oh, I know it can work or not. You haven't learned anything with this.
I've learned that the motors are crap.
No, you haven't. Yeah,
the motors
rediscovered the wheel. We know that this would work.
Yeah, but maybe you can do like we were trying to think about
the V-tail thing.
The V-tail, yeah.
That would be an interesting.
We could do a V-tail.
So now, if you want to break that off,
yeah,
and redo those back two motors on a V,
yeah, for example,
let's play.
Yeah,
that's where it. This is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
It's not. I can make a frame.
It's not you can make a frame.
I don't think that you can make a frame.
It's new.
I can make funky changes.
Exactly.
On the fly.
Does it work?
Will it work? Yeah. I've got another motor. How am I going to put that on? I can patch that in.
But that's exactly it. It's
that testing thing.
Yeah, but how long would it take you for you to the money of buying a 3D printer?
Some people do enjoy that.
Yes, but how long and how much money would it take you to buy a 3D printer? And then redesign the frame just from the get-go, just because you wanted the V-tail.
Again, some people enjoy it, bro. Like
I think, I know.
No, you're perfect. You're a great example. You didn't do anything Tinkercad, nothing like that.
Oh, I did.
Something happened. And it incited you and to do more. To do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I know how to do it.
The enjoyment.
No.
No,
it was more necessity.
Do you understand?
So, Rich is saying good idea for a STEM course.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, for those kind of situations where we're doing and we're trying and we're testing it out, that's great for kids, bro.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pushed to hurt yourself with that. Yeah. The nib is a little bit hot.
Yeah.
Stay away from that end. Other than that,
go for it.
You struggle to break that. If you try to give a 3D printer to a 12-year-old,
how's he gonna use it?
He'll pull it in the wrong way, and that's it. It's totally broken.
Yeah.
I can totally see the uses of it.
I really like it. Putting it in the wrong way. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it as an object, as a thing.
Yeah, this is not
It's
to
just-
create like I broke my frame and now I have to
Yes.
fix it. No, it's for you to
That's
experiment
the
with
only
stuff.
bit of it that I'm not in, is that
No,
I don't
no,
think you
probably
can
not.
make a whole actual frame.
No, it's experimentation.
But if we
Will
were-
the V-tail work?
will
It's
a V-tail-
really rapid prototyping.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Way
will
more
a
rapid than a
V-tail
3D
work
Than
or
a 3D
not?
printer,
That
yeah.
kind of a question.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that if you broke off those two back motors and glued it funky right now, we'd find out, kind of thing.
I think I'll make a new one.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
But I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
Making a whole frame, maybe not.
No, not something
Yeah.
that you're gonna sell. This is prototyping.
Prototyping.
This
It's
is
fun.
the very essence of prototyping that you can grab with your hand, and you don't need anything else. You have a paper and you have your brain, and that's it.
I don't know why, but my mouse is flashing now.
Huh? It always flashed.
No, it never flashed. It's never flashed.
There we go.
Never flashed before. It's
Right.
flashing
Is there anything else that we need to?
now.
That we
Yes,
want to
we
talk
want
about?
to
Yes.
just quickly.
Do you want to fly?
In the wind? No,
Yeah.
no way.
Why?
Because I don't want to lose my drone.
I'll fly.
Yeah, you can fly.
Shall we fly?
Fly this thing outside.
No. Shall we fly the Sensi 3S?
Yes, now that you have it in for you.
Please be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for a little bit of fly time before we shut down? Let us know. Yeah. Let us know.
They don't have to be
Rich has
ready.
there will always be that one kid who sticks up their nose, though.
There will always
Yeah, I
be.
mean, extruding into your nostril would not be a good idea.
There will always be that one kid. Well, it will clean out his nose hairs anyway.
So now I have this lovely foam that you've cut now, but you're still not selling.
What? Oh, on the Sensi?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to go out soon.
So let's see how
It'll
it works.
Go out soon.
This is the very first time I'm
It's
flashing.
interrupted.
What?
Well, stick with us.
Oh yeah, it's interrupted for me as well.
There should be no reason for that video to be interrupted.
Well, it is.
What happened?
Huh? We're still live.
We're still
The
live.
video's not. Oh,
We're
it's
still
back, it's
live.
back.
I don't know what's going
We're
on.
back.
We're back.
I don't know. Is it
It's-
back?
It seems to have done it as a new thing though.
Is it back yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's made
it's a
it a
new
new video. Split it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Well,
Okay. All right. Well, apparently we've got a new video on now. Shit. Dang it. Sorry, guys. New stream. I really don't know why it cut out then. No idea.
all right.
Seems to have just dropped.
Shall I?
Rich, if you're watching, it's the new stream. Move to the new stream because the old stream's buggered.
Ooh.
Here we go. And now Carlos is outside.
Ooh.
God,
Sorry.
that went up
Is
in
it
the
quite
air a
windy?
little bit quick. Yes, probably tea-induced failure. Probably.
See, it's very weird. Like when I was flying it last time, it was very not responsive, and today it's like freaking mental.
That looks pretty nice.
That looked like
Doesn't
it went
look
up
windy out there, to be
very,
sure.
very quickly.
Doesn't look windy out there.
That's well
The
windy.
way
I can
you're
still
flying,
hear
it's
it.
mad.
Is it windy? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the trees, bros. Look at the trees. So yeah. Oh, hi Russell. How you doing? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Ooh.
This is what we do. This is what we want to do. We want to fly.
Rich commented tea-induced failure.
And if we just had a nice little club to fly in, we'd have more space. But you know,
Is it Russell
wink,
from-
wink, wink. Yeah, it's Russell, top bloke. So yeah, Carlos is out there, and it show us a bit of 3S-ness. Stop hovering. What are you doing? Zoom, zoom. Give us a bit of zoom. Zoom, zoom.
He's zooming.
He's loving it. Oh, a little bit of a dodgy picture back there in that corner.
Mine is fine, but it's
Yeah.
flying a bit weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
So
the
so Rich, he's flying the Sensi.
There's a lot of wind.
That's my little frame design. I'm just taking my sweet time releasing it because I'm just so damn fussy. It will be out very soon. You can build it with 1103s all the way up to like 1106s even. I reckon you could put on
Like
that.
there's some point that your backyard starts being too small for these things.
That's what I was
Yes,
saying the other
that's
day,
why we
yeah.
need a bigger somewhere to fly. We're
What's
totally
leaking?
buggered.
Oh,
We
is it
can't
better?
fly anywhere. We need more space. More
Ah!
space than this.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I'm still up.
It's still up?
Oh, no,
He's
I'm
still in the air. Oh,
I
no, he's
hate it
down.
when that happens.
He's down. He's down. He didn't even know where.
No, no.
I can't quite see. Yes.
Joe said he wants an update on his beta frame.
On his beta frame? Which beta frame? Which beta frame? What, beta FPV frame or like a beta version of my frame? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there, Joe. But I'm still trying to get done with this Sensi, and it's just I didn't like the foam. I could give you this foam. I don't like it, so I'm gonna have to try and buy other foam to replace it.
I'm happy with that foam.
It's nice.
Huh? I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, we should move down to Tristan's parents' house. Like, what an amazing space.
Yes, I wish.
What an amazing space. That would be wonderful if we could. It's back in the air.
Are you talking about his Sensi, Joe?
Oh, I forgot the door open.
Who's talking about a Sensi?
Joe, when he's talking about his beta frame. So what does he mean? Want an update on my beta frame?
Well, that's this. Oh, you need to drill it again. Oh, yeah, you have to drill out the holes. I've had to drill out all these holes. I did, I think, 1,600, 1,800 holes or something. I drilled out a shed load of them.
Oh, better.
And yes, let us know what those little floaters, the poo motors, let us know what they're like. From Dalton Ray Schultz. Have you heard of that guy? He's brought out some motors and they've got like a little poo as a logo.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the comic poo.
Yeah, poo. Emoji poo. Yeah.
Emoji poo.
Poo.
Yeah, little floaters. Apparently they are the best motors out at the moment, but everyone would say that, I would imagine. So when Joe's tried them on, he can let us know.
I like to look at those new iFlight motors.
Yeah.
The colourful one.
iFlight have been trying for a while. I just like the gold, bro.
The gold's sexy, man.
Look how pretty that is. Like, look how just wonderfully
if
pretty.
If you want to sponsor me, Flywheel, I'm open for sponsorship.
That's just so nice.
A lifetime supply of gold motors would be lovely.
A lifetime supply.
Well, they do 5-inch motors as well.
Why has that moved there then?
Zoom cam?
Yeah, I know zoom cam, but that moved.
Oh. I don't know.
It moved. Look there. Look how pretty.
So, do you want my review on this?
On what?
On this setup?
On the 3S.
On the
setup?
3S, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's
too
much.
Too much.
I can't fly it here.
It's far too much for you.
It's
too much for the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Definitely not too much.
I can live with that. I can live with too much for the space.
But it's weird because I was testing it in a big open environment.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it had problems.
Really? What kind of problems?
Power issues. But here it's just too much power. I don't know. I didn't change absolutely anything.
Well, you're not flying at your 80-90% here. You're not flying at top speed here. What the hell's going on? Yeah, my mouse is buggered, by the way, people. So if things are changing, that is why. Yeah, ignore what's going on the screen. Ignore the screen. So what you think that when you're at the top end?
I don't know. It's weird because now I couldn't get to the top end here.
Well, what's the difference?
I was just maintaining it like short.
It's too small a space.
Okay, so how big is the space that you were talking about? Like you're talking about snares, like where you go into that big old space.
Yeah.
And what was you getting? Juddering? What was you getting?
I don't know. It felt weird. The quad felt weird.
That's
weird.
I'm struggling to work with that term.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I'm struggling. Like weird.
It felt underpowered.
Did she shudder? Did she jabber?
Yes.
Did she wobble? Like
it felt underpowered.
And
it felt like it didn't want to go.
Same props.
I didn't change anything. Like literally, this is
like you flew there.
And now here is completely different.
And now experience. It feels like it's really maybe it's just bedded itself in.
I don't know.
Like it could.
It's very odd.
Like I don't know.
Like here, right now, I couldn't fly here.
Maybe it's the phone. Maybe it's the phone.
Battery's not shifting around.
Maybe the battery's not shifting because the battery was shifting on the shiny carbon, bros.
Maybe.
So every time you move, that battery would shift a little bit.
Changes the balance of the quad.
Yeah. And now you've got the phone. That's the battery's locked in. It's letting you unleash it. Yeah? I hope that you don't tongue across that battery and just mix yourself. Yeah, like, what does he do? Don't eat your batteries, kids. That's not a good idea. Do not eat batteries. Rich Wallace apparently used to live in Snaresbrook. Did you know that?
What?
He'd be eating batteries. Yeah.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, come.
Round the corner.
Oh,
I'm
but he's
guessing,
not there anymore.
I'm guessing he doesn't live there anymore,
Wow.
but yeah. Old
Otherwise,
military hospital.
We could have gone flying.
Yeah, old military hospital. Do you know of a military hospital there?
No.
The only hospital that I knew of that was shut was that one that we went to by on
Whips Cross?
Woodside.
Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah, they've flattened it, haven't they? What a shame.
That's a wicked band.
What a shame. But a beautiful bando.
Yeah.
Loads of like 2-story buildings all round this big courtyard football pitchy thing.
Yeah.
Everything abandoned. Just wonderful thing to fly through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good fun with
That was
security.
good day.
Gave security ride along.
Exactly. Good times. Good times. Right, where are you going to go now?
We're gonna go build some more stuff.
We're going to go and build some
With
more
all
stuff.
of these
I'm
people.
gonna go fly a kite.
Yeah, with all of these people, all of these
Without
things.
all of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, piss off a lot of you.
We love you. Ignore that guy at the end.
I work for my life. I have nothing to do with Drone Junkie.
No, you work for your own. You work in your own little world.
So,
yeah,
it says team my life.
Can you pass me that? Yeah, it's just that was just Boris being nice to you.
Well, no.
Can you pass me one of those lipos, please, in that box?
If you get the T-shirt.
Yeah, he's on the team. Look, oh yes, it hasn't got your name though, has it? Hasn't got your name.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you want?
One of those new lipos.
Oh. Can you pronounce the name for us, please?
I'm gonna do my damnedest. So this is the new latest lipo in from my lipo.
Matches my
Absolutely,
top.
yeah, it matches his top colour. So that is a 6S 4000. Let's try. Versogungosaku.
What's that?
Versogungosaku.
No, is that Chinese?
No.
Japanese.
No, it's German.
Versogungosaku. Versogungosaku.
Yeah, let's see if we can
That
get
doesn't
it
sound.
Zoom.
That doesn't sound German at all.
Anyone?
Verso.
Can anyone tell me what this says?
Versa.
Verso.
That sounds like
Gunsaku.
Where's
I know
Boris?
Aku, AKKU, is battery.
Is it?
In Turkish, that's a battery. AKKU. So versatile.
I'm going to buy a new mouse.
I'm gonna try and buy. I have to buy one now. Yeah.
You can't click.
No, I won't be able to
Can't
click
by
exactly. So yeah, Versagungsaku. Yeah. Versagungsaku.
Oh yes, that's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. Field charging. So if you notice,
6S.
it's only 6C. See it down
You
here?
don't need more for field charging.
See it down here in the corner? So normally we're all looking for 50 to 100C and all that.
No, we don't need that.
You don't need that because this is just for charging. This is not a flying battery. This is very light, 6S, plenty of power in there. From the calculations that I did very badly, that would be about 9255 lipos. Someone else will tell me if I'm wrong. 4000 milliamp 6S.
I have a question that might be interesting.
Go for it.
I don't know the answer though.
Okay. So
can you take it on a flight? What's the wattage per hour?
That's 150 watts per hour goes 150. On a flight. 150 per lipo, and this is 88. Let's see if I can focus on it.
88 watts per hour.
88.
So you can.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can take this.
You can take this on a flight
as your charge battery on a flight.
Perfect.
Yeah, because it's 88 watts hours. Yep. It's 150, I believe. Please don't quote me. I could be wrong.
Or
but
99.
When we went,
100,
when we went that time to Nordlingen, and the guy pulled me up and put out his book.
Yeah.
It was 150 in his book.
150. Yeah.
So
I think some places are 150, other places is 100.
But you're still well within that with this.
Yeah, 150.
Great, good perfect. Size, not too heavy. Yeah, it's a good size, and you can notice that. Yes, we do have a blue plug on the end, but that still fits a normal yellow XT60 socket thing.
Just don't connect it to your goggles because this is 6S.
But yes, it is 6S. Be very careful what you connect it to. Oh, we've gone again. The stream's gone again.
Huh? No, it hasn't.
Why has it gone to that?
No, it's fine. It's you. You're reloading on the wrong one.
What, my mouse?
No, you're
My mouse.
holding the wrong one.
What do you mean? I just.
You don't need to watch that one.
I
That's
didn't
the
do
original
nothing.
Tristan is
screen
watching. No,
starting, Jeff, don't
Tristan is watching.
Tristan can watch, but so it's got a blue plug on the end, yeah, which will fit an XT60
You need a new
socket.
mouse. You've just opened WhatsApp now.
I don't know. It's the
Listen,
mouse is doing it. It's
Give
not
me a
me.
whoop.
Yeah. You're not
Because I
going to
wanna
plug
fly
this
this.
in. You're not going to plug this
I
in.
want to fly this.
Yeah, internet stream's okay.
Take my in the bottom of this box, I believe, in that one there.
This one.
There should be a tiny hook racer in there. Yeah.
Tiny hook racer. Don't
There
have
should
anything
be.
else.
Tristan,
Sorry.
thanks.
Thank you.
Or there's a newbie drone there. Look, there's a newbie drone couple
Is
there.
it bound to something?
Probably.
Probably. Okay.
What it's bound
Yeah.
to.
Okay. Which one? This?
Anyone, that's brushless.
Oh, this brushless.
Take the orange, that one.
Where's the? Oh, you have.
Yeah. Yes, that's that one. Or that one is a TWR, which you can fly with that thing that you just picked up, the transmitter.
Oh, with a terrible.
High quality blade transmitter.
Do you have a charge light?
Sorry, everyone on the
How would you
stream.
manage to
This
close
is the wonderful controller we're proposing
How
to
would you
use.
manage to close?
They're really
Do you
expensive.
have a charge light?
I think
on?
that's £20.
Yeah, some of these are charged.
A
Some of
high
these are
quality gimbal on that.
Do you have
Oh
a checker?
yeah.
I do. I do. I have to
this
look
is
on my
terrible.
desk somewhere. With a checker.
This is
People
the
don't realise quite how messy my desk is. But it is.
Treat it carefully.
It
Damage
is.
it, Carl.
I'll just try and see if it flies. If it flies, it flies.
Where's it gone?
So, what was it? We pressing home
Yeah, to bind.
Hold the left stick in
and then on. Yeah, and then on.
and then on like that.
Done. Yes? Alright, let's try
Where's
and
the
tune
battery
you
low
in.
though? It looks pretty.
It
Let's
looks
try
low,
and
yeah.
tune you in. Oh look, I've just stuck my big boat race in the wrong place.
Racing fine.
Try and tune you in there.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
What, the resolution? The transmitter? That's the transmitter though. That's what they actually sell that product with.
I'll see what I can
So
do.
what a way to be horrible to your customers.
I started with
Is
that
give
transmitter. It's
them-
not too bad.
Really?
Give them this transmitter.
It's not
Right,
good, but you can
Yeah?
fly with it.
you can take off when you're ready.
Oh my god. It's also going left. For
It's
some
also
reason.
going left. So while you're doing that, I'm going to talk to Andy about the camper van build, which is this one here, Andy. That's what's left of it because we've taken the camper off of it, and we're going to put our own little running gear inside underneath.
Oh my god.
That's going to all change.
He's forgotten how to fly.
The camper
The
build,
battery's low as well.
the camper
Oh,
build
it's the battery,
is
it's the
on
drone.
on the table. But where's the camper gone?
It's on my I've already did
Oh, Carlos has secreted it into his bag.
Secreted it.
Yeah.
Stashed it.
Carlos is gone.
It's secreting. You secrete a liquid, don't you?
Or well, you squidge something through, is what I would secrete. No, and it's like he's squidged it into his bag. Is that not right? Am I using English in the wrong way?
I think secreted is
People
the
let
wrong
me
word
know.
there.
No, that's
Well, he
definitely
hasn't
that.
secreted into.
Where's your
What?
How don't you have a lipo checker?
I
But
do. It's
think
just on the desk
you
somewhere.
can't secrete solid plastic, I don't think, Jeff.
That's extrude.
Yeah, he's extruded into his bag.
Like, honestly, I just
Okay,
saw
this
it
one is fine.
5 minutes ago
This one is fine.
on the desk.
A little bit better. Oh my god. It's
Okay.
so
Oh, there you
terrible.
go.
So this is
That's
what
it.
you're gonna
Go
see.
through the. That's it. Go through the
That's so
vines.
cool.
Now you understand why it's called.
Where the? Oh my god. I'm full throttle. No.
You might be dead.
So why don't you try these ones?
Well, we got a few seconds of it working.
I've got a few there.
Andy's asking how is the wheelbase for
The wheelbase for the bus.
how does it fit? It's not too bad, is
Well, do the
The
do the
width-
wheels of the bus
No, they do go round.
and round?
The width is correct. It's a little bit short, but I believe with Carlos's new design print mindset idea thing,
Yeah.
we could fit in something else a bit longer. But definitely the width is
Can
fine.
you just have one battery that's good, please?
dude, I'm not supposed to leave my batteries charged, and so therefore they're mostly used batteries hanging about.
Top battery.
You know what would help? If
What?
you could somehow check which ones are used.
All right, well, we're looking for the battery checker, which does normally live on the desk right here. I don't understand why I can't see it. Is it because my desk is messy?
Oh, finally, okay. This one's fine. Seems to have like no power. Oh god. Yeah, this one is charged.
Well, it's got too much power now, Charlotte.
Yeah. It's nice. Look at this area. It's quite nice. I would like if it was like a proper whoop.
Yeah, but you got to imagine with more, and you've only put in 2, 3, 4
Can we
of them.
put more up?
Yeah, I've got no problem with putting more up, but I want them hanging. There's no point doing it now. I want them hanging.
More into the thing.
I want them hanging straight down more than loopies.
I like these loops.
I don't know because this is really cool. Like even with this.
Yeah, over and under you could do a few, but straight down as well.
If you can do some sort of like gate system here that you know where you have to go.
Which one you have to go through.
It's quite nice.
I didn't really want it to be a gate as much as an area. Like in my
but
head,
it can be an area, like not gates, but you know, like.
I see it. What I see, Carlos, is imagine if it was 4 foot wide.
Yeah.
Overall, and that's part of the course, and you could go well to the left, and I could go well to the right. We're both going into the 4 footness, and then it's 4 or 5 foot deep.
Okay.
And you're making your own path.
There's no preset path.
You go into it and then escape out of it, kind of thing. Like there's something to be said about the random path.
And
there'll be no dead straight paths.
Yeah.
But you do that when you're hanging it up.
Right, back in the day when they were still doing pretty good videos, did a shot where the race where you had one side of a forest and basically you had to go to the other side, go around a tree and come back. And you went any path you wanted, and that's the same kind of
very exactly.
I like the idea of that. I think that could be very effective.
Because because don't forget, this is all part of the race course thing.
Yeah. But I like the idea of just having loads of these all over the ceiling as an area to fly, coupled with some.
If I had a big open like Jesse where I'd invite people over and that, I'd have much more of this.
And I'm trying to get stuck, and it's not that easy.
No, I don't think it's that ninja branchy. But then again, it is a TWR, and they do bounce very, very well. Yeah, they do like to bounce.
Alien Whoop's even better, though, isn't it?
Alien Whoop is way better. We're not arguing that at all. We love a bit of Alien Whoop. But for me, it's something visual, differently visual.
It's very 3D as well.
That you're flying in and out of. That's where
Are you having fun, Carlos?
That's where I'm having. That's where I'm positive about what we've done there.
I think like if it was like a tons of these,
it
would definitely feel like tree weaving, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you do need some vertical elements as well. Like it doesn't. I think the strip is 8 foot. Even if you cut it to 4 foot long, straight, that's quite a lot of height in Whoop World. So that's what I was saying. I'm unable to follow any of the chat on the Facebook because my mouse won't let me. But if you like that, guys, let us know. Well, it just cut me off.
I think it's just going back. You got back buttons set up on there. I think it's still clicking back.
Mouse is buggered.
You wanna transition to?
Oh yeah, sorry. I can transition. I can transition to the right one. Look, the mouse is so buggered. All right, stop clicking. So
right, shall we? Is it all for today?
Yes. Well, being that I'm gonna have to find a new mouse. Somehow turn this button off.
It was good though. I like it. I like the idea. And I can see that if you have
definitely broken.
If you have a ton of these spread out everywhere.
Yeah, I think it needs
even if it's not like for a race, if it's just for like a little bit of flying.
Just a space. Yeah.
If you have like tons of these, like what you said, like when you were in Tiny Whoop, you didn't really care about the race, you just were like
I was just enjoying myself in the space. Yeah.
Yeah. This could do a lot of that, I think.
And it'll be big enough.
Yeah.
I want to feature things. I don't want just circly stuff.
And I think even like just putting it like this and then crossing it around
Yeah,
a
a bit of
lot,
crisscrossing.
it's gonna get like just foliage where you go like, oh shit, there's no exit here. Where's the exit? Oh,
And
is
I
it
have to
this way?
turn back. Yeah,
Turn back this way. Oh, there's an exit here.
exactly.
Oh, I can't get out.
Exactly. That's why it needs to be not over. I don't want it over 10 foot. I only want it over 4 foot,
Yeah.
so that it does bunch a bit more. But to be enough space between each one that I can, not you, because you can fly through a fucking tiny hole. Yeah, I can fly through.
That's
Carlos
the thing.
is
Like,
well adapted to tiny holes.
remember
He
the
loves a tiny hole.
remember the tree in the
Yeah,
Tiny Hope Invitational.
yeah.
You couldn't fly in it
Nah,
because it's too.
totally,
Like
totally
even I
twisted
couldn't
me.
fly. I could fly like through a gap maybe, but it's just
You could fly past through it, but not
yeah,
in it.
not in it. But it would be nice if we could fly like inside
That's
the
what I'm
tree.
trying to. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
create. A
that would be
little
really good.
space that I don't need to leave. That
Yeah.
like when you watch Jesse doing the tree weaving.
Yeah.
That's just wonderful, bro.
Yeah.
Just
I have a lot of fun in tree weaving.
yeah,
You
just
just go up and up and up and up and up, and your heart starts racing. Like, oh, can I get out? Can I
the
get out?
deeper
Can I
you
get
get, yeah,
out?
scarier.
It's like, oh, any clash with a little leaf and it's stuck up there,
Yeah,
and you go up and up and up, and all of a sudden, like, pop, you pop
and
up
you pop out.
Yeah.
from the top of the tree, and you're like, oh wow, I'm out.
You see,
Can I go down now?
that's it. And I'm kind of trying to recreate that feeling.
Yeah.
That I'm inside.
But in a safe environment.
Yeah, but that I'm inside a something.
Yeah.
I haven't just passed something.
Yeah.
I'm inside of something.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like
is
it.
where I'm trying to go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back, I believe, next week. Carlos, world's favourite pilot. Tristan, guy with a beard.
TGR Fridays.
And me, Join Junkie. Thank you very much for joining us. Please forgive us for our tardiness and our, professionalism and lack of.
What professionalism?
And the mouse that keeps wanting to click back now because it's gone buggered.
Nah.
Yeah.
It just needs a little cleanup.
It just needs a lot of cleanup and maybe to dry out or something. I don't know. But thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.